I just need you guys to know that I just recorded 12 minutes of this video and restarted because I have to be so careful of what I say right now. But it's okay too, because I was talking literally a million miles a minute on that last video. I gave you guys so much information that you don't even need to know, so much backstory that you don't even know. But I'm gonna tell you about another moment of clarity that I had on my drive home, because you guys know that I have literally an hour and a half that I drive to and from work every single day, and all I ever do is freaking drive, right? Accountability. Let's get on it. There are people that have been in my life that I love tremendously that are no longer part of my life because they can't stand being held accountable. Because when you're not healthy emotionally, mentally, whatever, and somebody holds you accountable, that person can take it a lot as being attacked, right? It comes off like, why are you telling me that I'm doing wrong? Why are you telling me this? Blah, blah, blah. Am I not good enough? All this shit comes up, right? And it feels like somebody's attacking you when really that's not the case, right? I hold people accountable. I'm learning how to hold myself accountable, and people in my life hold me accountable. I've talked about that a million times with you guys. There are two people in my life that I can always count on to hold me to my bullshit and hold me accountable for my bullshit. And that's my best friend and my dad. Not that I don't have other friends that do it, but they're the two that I can rely on the most to always call me out on my shit and be like, hey, did you think about this? Hey, did you think about this? Hey, are you sure that that's the right idea, right? Outside my therapist, well, not even my therapist. Not the point. We're not getting on that subject. The point is, I wanted to share something with you guys more in real time. I didn't want to write this down and really think about it before I said it, only because will this bite me in the ass one day? Honestly, I really don't know. It probably will, because like most things in my life, whatever, but also at the same time, like, I feel like this is really important for me to get out into the internet and for me to share with you guys, okay? I posted on my Instagram a video that Will Smith had on his TikTok. I hate social media. About not punishing people for their mistakes. And let me go into this a little bit, right? It is very important that you don't punish people for their mistakes, because there's a psychology and actual science behind it that when you punish people for their mistakes, you're causing more trauma in them. Therefore, you're shutting them down and teaching them that they're not valid, that they're not okay, that their feelings don't matter, that they were wrong, that like all this negative shit, right? Instead of giving somebody an open space, a comfortable space, a safe space to express themselves and then have there be conversation, which is wrong with most of society today. I had a situation where me and a person had a shared secret, and I did not feel like I had an open, honest space to talk about my feelings around it to that person. And so I shared it with a few of my friends, right? And the point of me telling you that is, people's traumas show up differently for different people, okay? So because I recorded in that video about selfish love that I have trauma around abandonment, and so therefore I have a hard time letting people go. And because of that, I think that I have to love people more than they need to be loved, because I think that if I just love them more, then maybe they'll stay. If I just care more, maybe they'll stay, right? When really I just need to learn to let people go. Situations go. It doesn't matter. The point of that is, that's how my trauma has shown up for me, is that I'm so scared of being left, abandoned, that I go to extremes, therefore causing my own issue, right? Back onto my subject of my story. So I shared these secrets. I didn't feel like I had a space. Part of where my trauma showed up in that moment, because shit blew up real quick, real bad. Which I'll hold myself accountable to that to the day I die. It's not my fault that shit blew up, but it's my fault ultimately that I created a space where it had an opportunity to become bigger than it was, right? That was my fault. And I've apologized for it, but I'll apologize a million times if that's what it fucking takes. I don't even care. It's not the point of the story. The point is, my trauma has shown up for me in the sense of I need external validation. I have been told several times throughout my entire life that I'm dramatic, my emotions are too big, that I'm crazy, and basically that my feelings are invalid around situations, and like I've never felt like my emotions have been understood by anyone genuinely. So because of this secret, I had a lot of emotions towards it. I felt like I couldn't talk to said person because said person's trauma around emotions is we don't talk about them, we shut them down because I have trust issues, right? And what did I do? Freaking, doesn't matter. So I shared it because I needed that. I started feeling like I was crazy. I had all these feelings and all these thoughts that were coming up around it, and I didn't know where to turn to, where to express, how to even come to terms with anything that was going on in my head. That I had a few friends that I was like, this is what's going on. I don't know what to do. This is my feelings around it. This is how I feel. I just need a space to vent about it. Like, I just need somewhere to put it, because getting it out of my head is going to help way more than me internalizing and analyzing over and over and over and over again, right? Whether you think it's wrong or right, I don't care. That's not the point of what I'm telling you. The point is I need a safe space to not feel like I'm going fucking crazy. That's where my trauma has shown up for me. Because of that trauma, fucked up the entire relationship, because when things got out of hand and one person betrayed my trust, I betrayed their trust, which I did already. But the point of what I'm saying is punishing people for the mistakes. In the moment, you don't always realize that your bad decisions are not the best decisions, right? Sometimes the bad decisions seem like the better option of options in the time that it is a good option to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have negative intent. And when I said in my last video, like, sometimes my intent might get selfish or skewed a little bit, but it's not because I have ill intentions. It's not because I'm trying to hurt people. It's not because I want to gossip. It's not because I have all this malicious, like, energy in me. It's because sometimes I just don't know what to do and I don't know where to put it. And so that's what fucking friends are for, right? Like, to be able to pour your heart and have a safe environment to be yourself, to express yourself, to get feedback, to get criticism, whatever it is. Wow, I did not know this was going to spark so much emotion. It's fine. That's what friends are for. And it just took one person to fuck up the whole thing for me. Not the point. The point is, you can't punish people for their mistakes, because sometimes in their head, with everything they've been through, the bad decision was the best decision in the moment. Hold. And sometimes it takes us making bad decisions and going through the bullshit to realize, wow, I could have done things better, you know? And it's so hard for me because communication is such a key thing in all my relationships. Like, honesty, vulnerability, and communication. That's all I need from the people in my life. And so when I don't get all three of those, my mind starts going like back into my trauma responses of, maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm overthinking this, maybe I'm overanalyzing, maybe I'm just being dramatic, I don't know, like, maybe I shouldn't be feeling the way that I'm feeling about it, right? And I have to fight that narrative to keep pushing forward and move on from the situation or handle the situation accordingly. And I've lost some great people from it, and I know that now. And sometimes you don't realize how much, because at the end of the day, we all have to take care of ourselves, right? Like, there's nothing more important. I will say that time and time again, that there's nothing more important than taking care of yourself. Sometimes you don't realize how the things that are helping you are at the expense of somebody else's emotions. And when I say you, I mean yours truly. But, like, growth comes from pain. Not always. You can grow without hurting, but, like, I internalize my pain and I use it to be better because I don't like feeling this way. And I hate knowing that I've impacted people's lives negatively. And I hate knowing that I've hurt people when I never intended to. But sometimes it's just what happens, and sometimes it has to. And that sounds shitty too, because you should never purposely do something you know will benefit you at the expense of someone else, but not knowing it in the moment necessarily. Like, the ripple effect that came from that, from me experiencing all that, honestly has led me to an incredible job that I'm entirely blessed for. I have people around me that are just like me, that are learning and growing and showing themselves compassion and helping everyone. And I want to be more like that. And I'm not having panic attacks anymore at work. I'm not having panic attacks at home anymore. And I feel like in general, my life is so much better. And none of that would have happened if I didn't fuck up so bad to get to that point where I needed to leave. And I can see that now. And I'm grateful now for the life that I have and for everything that I've been through, whether good or bad, because it's brought me to where I'm at right now. But accountability is not fun. And it's hard to deal with. But I'm so glad that I have people in my life that bring me to my own attention, because clearly prior to the last 2 months I haven't been doing it very well for myself. But I'm focused on it now, and I'm determined, and I'm going to continue to hold myself accountable, and I'm going to continue to be held accountable, and I'm going to continue to hold people in my life accountable, because I want to have good, healthy, strong relationships, and only the people that truly fucking care about you are the ones that are going to call you out on your shit. They're the ones that are going to be telling you, hey, your actions and your words aren't lining up, or you might want to be careful about the way you're portraying this because this might happen, or you know what I mean? Like, you have to have people that make you feel this way, because if you can't hold yourself accountable, like, what are you doing with your life? You know what I mean? And it's just so hard because it's not easy to deal with. It's not easy to hear all the time, but like, God, it's fucking necessary sometimes. And I'm so grateful that I have people in my life that love me so much that they know that they have a completely safe space with me. That they can tell me to my face, Alex, you're fucking up. Or Alex, this is your fault. Or Alex, hey, I fucking told you that this was going to happen. If X, Y, and Z. And I did it anyways because I have to learn my fucking lessons. And now here I am crying to you guys on the internet. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. And I just hate it because, like, I love people. I love people so much. And I'm not perfect. I will tell you guys that in every video if I have to. I am the furthest thing. I literally fuck up on a daily basis. But I love so big. And that is never going to change no matter how hurt I get, no matter how much I don't understand why people are the way they are. I will always love so big. And my actions will always come from a place of wanting to love and understand someone. Okay. I'm not going to keep crying, so we're going to go now. And I just need to get that all out of my brain because I have nowhere else to put it, so...